Hey guys, this is Spartacus here, and welcome to another video where I got some gun game gameplay for you guys here from Call of Duty World War II, which of course this game mode has just been recently added this morning, but of course by the time I'm making this video it was added this morning, but I'm probably going to upload this at night, so you guys won't be able to see this till like the next day or something like that. So anyway, yes, a gun game is in Call of Duty World War II. It's also double XP on gun game, which is pretty nice, but they don't have double XP on the Winter Keratin playlist, which honestly kind of sucks because gun game doesn't really give you a lot of XP in the first place, and so therefore I mean, yeah, you do get double XP through this event, but I mean there's no other double XP playlist going on besides gun game, which kind of sucks in a way. So anyway, yes, gun game's added into the game. What are my thoughts on it? So I've only played about like 5 full matches of gun game, and so I've never gotten in first place yet. Actually, no, that's not true. I actually have gotten in first place one time. But yes, it's an okay game mode in World War II. You see, I'm like a big sucker for gun game. Like, I absolutely love gun game in the previous Call of Duty games. I was very, very good at it. I was always average maybe around a 3 win-lose ratio on the gun game mode. And so, I don't know, I just, for some reason, I just knew how the game mode worked. Like, I just performed very well. I don't know how it was. I'm just naturally good at gun game. And as you guys are probably seeing in the gameplay, I'm not doing too great, but I will admit the gameplay you guys are watching is actually my very first match of gun game in World War II. And so, the one thing I will say that I don't like about gun game in World War II is that the radar is always on. So that means that the radar is going to be, it's basically like an unlimited UAV throughout the entire match, and so therefore everybody can pretty much see each other. And I don't like that feature in gun game. I'm pretty sure they had that feature in like Black Ops 3 and in Black Ops 2, if I'm not mistaken, for their gun game modes, and so therefore they have it in Call of Duty World War II, and I don't really like that because it kind of ruins the whole purpose of me trying to be stealthy in certain situations, or me trying to go up behind an enemy and kill him, but I can't go up behind an enemy and kill him because they can just look at their mini-map and then they'll know I'm there and they'll turn around and kill me or something like that. I just don't like how the radar is always on. I don't like it at all. And to make things worse, some of the maps don't actually have that great of a spawn system. Like, for example, Ardennes Forest. Like, honestly, Ardennes Forest is one of my favorite maps in the game, but it's kind of just occurred to me that the spawn system in that isn't very good at all. Like, literally, especially in like team game modes, you can literally spawn trap the enemy team on like uplink or something, or not uplink, it's called gridiron in this game, and you can pretty much just spawn trap them super easily because like there's just that one part in the map where there's kind of like that bridge area, and yeah, you can just totally spawn trap the enemy team. It's completely ridiculous. I really don't like playing gun game on that map. But yeah, some of this, and of course to make things worse, like when some of the maps don't have a very good spawn system, and then you also everybody has radar always on, then it just kind of makes things a little bit worse in my opinion. But anyway, yes, what's really cool about gun game, and this is actually one of my favorite features of gun game that they had in Call of Duty Ghosts, is that every single weapon is different, you know. So like every time you load into a match, the guns like in order are always going to be different, and even if you might use like maybe if you like the match before you use the same gun that you're using now, it might actually have different attachments on it. It might use a different optic, it might use like advanced rifling instead of extended mags or something like that. Also, be careful when you're using the shotguns, you guys. I made this huge mistake and it screwed me over, and therefore I pretty much lost because of this. So I got the double barrel shotgun, not the sawed-off shotgun, but just the double barrel Luftwaffe or whatever it's called. So I got the double barrel shotgun, and I was a very close quarter combat with a guy who actually had the shovel, so he was like on his last weapon, and so I was very close quarter combat with him, and I hip fired my gun and shot him, but then I reloaded immediately afterwards because I didn't realize that I was using the attachment where you can pretty much it's like a slug round shotgun and you can pretty much kill any enemy at any range, and I didn't realize I was using that attachment until I shot my gun, and I totally screwed me over. So make sure you look at the top left of your screen when you're using the gun, because it'll tell you what attachments you have on your weapon, so that way you kind of get an idea of what kind of style of play you can use, right? And that's actually one of the reasons why I really love gun game, is because it changes the style of the way you play depending on what your next gun is going to be. So like obviously if you're using like an assault rifle or even like a light machine gun, you're going to want to kill enemies at medium to longer ranges, right? And maybe some situations you could probably get away with getting a close quarter kill. And then with like shotguns and submachine guns, you want to make sure you're in a close quarters vicinity, so that way if an enemy is close nearby you, you have a better chance of killing them, right? And of course, the very last weapon in gun game for Call of Duty World War II is actually the throwing knife. It's not the shovel. Even though you are holding the shovel, you have to get a throwing knife kill in order to actually win the match. So just keep that in mind, you guys, which is actually the same system they had, I believe, in Call of Duty Ghost, where you actually had to get throwing knife kill to get the win. And I absolutely love Call of Duty Ghost, you guys. I mean, I know a lot of people don't like the game, but I loved it back then, and I played a crap ton of gun game in that game mode, or in Call of Duty Ghost, I should say. So yeah, Call of Duty Ghost, I played a lot of gun game, and I was very, very good at it, you guys. I just love that game mode so much, and I actually think Call of Duty Ghost is my favorite, like, gun game in Call of Duty Ghost is probably my favorite game to play gun game in, just because they didn't have the radar always on, unlike in this game and in like Black Ops 3 and Black Ops 2. They also had gun game in Advanced Warfare, and I was actually pretty decent at that game too, but of course that game had exosuits, and so there's a lot of sticky situations where people would use exosuits on me and I'd get killed. But nonetheless, you guys, gun game is here in Call of Duty World War II. Go ahead, hop on and play it, try it out for yourself. I mean, in my opinion, it's an okay game mode in this game. I mean, it doesn't affect your KD ratio, and I'll keep that in mind, you guys. When you play gun game in Call of Duty World War II, it's not going to affect your KD ratio, but it will in fact affect your win-lose ratio. If you are in the top 3, then it will count as a win, right? But if you're like in 4th place or below, then you're going to get a loss for that game. So anyway, just keep that in mind, you guys. I just thought I'd throw that out there. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please be sure to leave a rating for whatever you guys feel this video deserves. And of course, leave your thoughts down below. And of course, subscribe to my channel for more Call of Duty videos later in the future, and I shall catch you guys later.